Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about this type of a med rad. This is one of our newer med rads. This is actually mounted to the table. So this will, if the table pans back and forth, this will actually go with the table. So let's show you, because it's a little bit different on how to load this injector. So you still have the same thing. You have the injector. There is a piston built inside. In order for you to engage it, you hit the center, which is enable, and then you've got your arrows up and down, and that's what controls the piston to move up and down, and that's what will engage with the plunger of the contrast, and that's what controls the bolus amount of contrast that's produced into the patient. So with this, it's a little bit different. Same thing, you're gonna have a 150 ml contrast syringe. When you open it, I want you to use a sterile technique, and what that means is you can grab, there's two parts to it. Go ahead and grab the syringe. Now this is a little bit different, so you can touch it here, but when you take this collar off, I want the inside of that area, I want that to be sterile. So this little lip right here, this needs to face you in order to load it. So with this injector, it's different because you don't load it from the bottom, you're gonna load it from the top. So make sure that this lip is facing you. So we're going ahead and and that's your plunger that I'm talking about, and this is where the piston will engage into it. So we're gonna put this in, slide it in. It is spring loaded, so you can see that. So then in order for you to secure it, I just move this collar up, and then this part is what secures it in place. Now it's secure. With this one, you can't tell, but this is actually going to be the warming cuff. It's plastic. So there's the warming cuff to keep the contrast warm. Because remember, we don't want cold contrast. It's cold in this room. We don't want to introduce that into the patient. We want to decrease the viscosity. So same thing on this, you can see that there are circular objects. They're actually oval. You see the oval shapes in the very, very back. Those will change once we put a fluid inside. They will change to circles. So this will tell people, because if I were to walk away, we don't know if this has been loaded. You do not want to give a bolus of air to the patient. That's lethal. So this right there tells me that there's nothing inside of here. We need to purge the air out of this. So in order to do so, we're going to purge that air out. So I'm gonna hit this to enable it, and then I'm gonna drive the piston, so then the plunger will push out all the air. So we'll go full blast. So there's the plunger, there's the piston pushing it. Okay, there we go. So now this part, we're going to use VisiPeg. That's our contrast that we use. I'm gonna take off this sleeve, the protective sleeve. I'm gonna place it down here. Opening this, I'm just going to twist it. I'm also going to pop off the diaphragm that's inside of it. And then inside this, it always comes with a straw. I want you to grab this straw right there from the arch. That's what I want you to touch, is just the arch of this. Keep everything still sterile. Go ahead and place that into the injector like so. And then this is where you're going to put the straw into this area. And then when you suck the contrast, I want you to do it as slow as possible. The reasoning behind this is if you do it very fast, you're gonna create a vacuum. You're gonna create micro bubbles. I don't want this to look like champagne. That is not good for the patient. So to do that, we're gonna go ahead and enable it. And then we're just gonna go just very slowly. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. So right about there, that's a pretty good speed. And this, remember, will hold 150, but I only have 100 mLs of contrast. So that looks pretty good there. I don't really want to fill up the whole thing just for the video. Go ahead and tap this off. There. Okay. So now that that's done, you can see this object right there. So that shape is going to be now circular instead of oval. So I know that there is liquid in there. I can also tell that there is liquid and this is air. I need to purge that air out. So this little button right here, let me tilt this so you can see it. This is going to be the head of your injector. This, when I turn it either clockwise or counterclockwise, that will also manually control the plunger. So let's bring this back up and let's actually just turn it. We want to push the plunger up to get this air out of here. So keep going. See how that's almost out? Right about there. Perfect. Okay, now I'm ready to actually hook this to the injector tubing. So injector tubing is right here. I'm going to hand this off in a sterile technique, sterile manner to the scrub tech. And in doing that, so you're gonna open it, and there's two sides to it, and we'll show you about that. Hand that to her, okay? So she is going to, and I want you to kind of, she'll show you the two sides. So this is your female piece right there, female piece, and then this is the male piece. So she's gonna hand off the female piece because that's what's actually going to hook in to the contrast. And then the male piece is what's going to lure lock to the catheter that's going to be in the patient's body. So she's still sterile, but she's going to hand off this part to me. So I will grab it without contaminating her glove. And then I want you to get close to see how this works. So the female part, there is a lip back here. So you're going to go in like that. So it's clicked. Now I need to tighten it. So tighten. And then I'm gonna tighten this. Good, so now this whole lure locking system is secure. I need to now purge contrast because there's air inside of this. So I need to get contrast in there. In doing so, I'm going to go back to right here and I'm going to manually spin this, and that is going to make it. So also, you'll see me kind of hit this. I wanna make sure any micro bubbles that are stuck in the neck have then moved downstream. So it looks pretty good. So now also you want to tilt the injector down. In doing this, any air that is still in the system, air travels up. So that's why you want to tilt the injector down just in case. Keep purging forward. So there you go. So now this is ready for her to hook up to a catheter if there was a catheter there. This whole motion of me purging forward, that's a wet, and then when I have the catheter, you want to have blood come back. You want to have a wet to wet hookup. So see how I'm gonna go forward. So I'm going forward with the contrast, and then the catheter that she would have in her hand should have blood coming back. So this is so you don't introduce air into the catheter. So once that's ready to go, right now, let's just simulate that it's hooked to a catheter and it's ready to go. Now we're going to take a step back. And so now we are able to, everybody including the physician is able to be behind this lead shield, so we don't have to be that close to the tube, both tubes. So now we are officially ready to take a picture using a power injector.